Welcome, listeners, to another special episode of the Full Send Rejects. As today we celebrate Veterans Day. We have two guests with us today. First is a brother-in-law who operated on aircraft carriers, who shares thoughts about his time in the Navy, along with the brutal truth of mental health in the military. After that, we bring on someone that I was in basic training with, who shares an absolute banner of an AWOL story that will help someone's rap career. We did have some trouble with this audio, as Montana is not known for their Wi-Fi, but we hope that does not take away from this episode and that you enjoy. Now, let's get into it. So joining us today is, for Veterans Day, is my brother-in-law, Shane, who we actually had two very similar jobs in the military, me in the Air Force, him in the Navy on aircraft carriers. What exactly did you do?
What did I do? Specifically, I was an electrician, but I guess more of what I did was motor rewind.
Billy just like, what?
Motor rewind is electrical motors. When they go bad, sometimes you have to replace the copper windings inside. What I do is I put the motor in an oven, burn it out, and I replace those copper windings and send it back out to do what it needs to do.
That you just came so choppy out of nowhere. I don't know if it's gonna pick or not.
It's the seas.
Oh,
Great.
It's the high seas. He is joining us in the mid-Atlantic, trying to find Davy Jones.
Yeah, you're talking, and all of a sudden, so we're hoping we can cut this part out if you are clear.
Okay. Is it better?
Oh, it's better now.
Okay.
I sometimes have that problem with Billy because we do ours remotely too, and sometimes it fixes itself. Sometimes I have a headache afterwards. It's always a mystery.
Do I need to repeat anything, or?
I mean, if you'd like to say again, like say again what you actually did.
That way, if it does need to be fixed, it can be.
Yeah, I still don't know.
Okay, so basically, what my job was, it's called motor rewind. Electrical motors, when they burn out, catch on fire, anything like that, my job is to take them and inside of them, the copper windings that are inside, my job was to burn them out, replace them, wire them up, put the motors back together, and reinstall them to do whatever they needed to do.
And not catch on fire this time?
Hopefully. But it is during deployment, it's more of get it done quickly so it can do its job for now so we don't die.
So it's gonna
If
get
something was to happen.
That sounds so accurate.
Job security.
Why look at the long-term effect when we just get the shit going?
Yeah. Well, I mean, on deployment, say a motor for motors drive our firefighting system. So if a motor goes bad and we can't fight fires, we need that motor fixed quicker rather than better.
You're so
That way,
Yeah, just
we
put
can
the
fight
water.
fires right then and there, and then get to a port and fix everything better later. It's just, I mean, that kind of thing never happened to me, but it could have happened. But yeah, most of what I worked on were just simple vent motors, just to keep in AC good for officers and stuff like that.
How does that not make sense?
To put out the fire, you have to put out the fire on the fire starter before you put out the fire.
Oh, that's because on a ship there's multiple of those motors. So if one goes bad, there's another to replace it. But you need to have both of them on the off chance the other one catches on fire too.
So we better be safe than sorry, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, this one time we had a plane with an engine dropped out of the sky, okay? And it's kept on going, but we still needed that engine back somehow. It's a true story. It landed in a nature park in North Dakota.
We need these in case of a fire, but these also catch on fire.
But we're not gonna fix them well enough, so they're gonna do it again.
Put some Gorilla Glue on them, some duct tape.
Here's a Band-Aid. Do you have any fun stories or something you wanted to share with everybody?
Oh, fun stories.
So we're looking for some fun stories, some inside look at the real military life.
Fun stories from the
I mean,
Navy.
they only really
even do?
I guess fun stories would have to do with, drinking in port, but
There you go. Let's hear it. Okay, drinking in port. Listen, you're no longer in. They can't get mad at you.
Yeah, what is the
yeah, that's true. They're not crazy stories like waking up in an alley or anything, but
We'll do that.
I was out. Yeah, some people did. When I was in France, the legal drinking age was 18, and I was barely 18 then, so I didn't know my limit.
really?
I had a bit to drink, and I felt bad because my Liberty buddy, he was going through a breakup.
Oh boy.
So what I did was I took him. We went to McDonald's. I found out the next day I spent $20 on something there. I'm not sure what, but I never got any food for me. And he got his food, and I took his food away from him, and I fed him like a baby the whole time. I wouldn't let him eat his own food because he was crying about his breakup. And then on our way home, back to the ship, there's some, there's officers that go out in town too. I went up to the officer and I told him, to this officer, he's in charge of like my whole department and, pretty high up there. I told him I was about to pee myself because he was in front of me. I luckily didn't, but because of that, I gave another guy my phone and I told him not to give it back to me until I could tell him the square root of pi. Because I told Bree, that I wouldn't drink it all while I was in France. And I didn't want to say something stupid and get in trouble. I was already too late, but
Yeah, I was gonna say you told an officer that you're gonna piss yourself if he didn't get out of your way.
yeah.
To establish dominance.
This is the wrong camouflage.
Why is
But,
that?
I mean, there's not really many fun stories about going to work because during deployment, at least for me, we were working 12, 14-hour days, and we'd eat, in the morning, we wake up, get to work at 7 a.m. and wouldn't be done till 9 p.m. So we would, miss out on breakfast, lunches, and dinners and have to eat at midnight and just wake up and do it the next day. It was enough to keep us busy for most of it.
It's a hard knocks life. I'll take out some terrorists.
Well, I did get to see some terrorists having some fun when we were going up to a port visit in Bahrain, and for some reason Iran thought that they were being scary. They got some people in little small boats waving AKs around, driving up next to an aircraft carrier. I don't know what their plan was, but
Like Tom Brady with the Lombardi Trophy.
yeah.
Go on. So, like, when you saw like news today of Iran being like, "Oh, we're gonna fight America," you just like laugh to yourself because, like, I've been there. They can't do shit.
I mean, based off of what I've seen, because we were hugged on right on their border, and all they did was they had a couple of tiny little boats and one plane fly by, and yeah, it didn't look scary at all. I mean, it's just mountains and desert is what it looked like.
So you say you're on their border. You mean like
The ocean, like the border of international waters and their border.
There you go, international waters. Definitely never go into foreign waters.
No, but it wasn't out in the middle of the ocean. It was going up the
Persian Gulf.
whichever one is on the right side going up to Bahrain.
Yes,
I
on the
forget the
Persian
name of the
Gulf.
water.
Sea. I don't know. Where's a geographer?
This one.
I'm not sure, but I've been on basically both sides of Saudi Arabia. I went up both of those sides, but it was on the right side that Bahrain is.
Let's see. I have a Google Earth app. That'll help here. Let's see here. Oh, that's a wild baby upstairs. Let's see here. So, wait, which one? The right of the
Of Saudi Arabia, along like Dubai, Oman,
let's see.
Qatar, all that.
That's the Persian Gulf.
Yeah, the Persian Gulf.
Gulf of Oman.
Yep.
Oh,
There was. Yep.
Oman, that'd be crazy up here.
don't know if that's considered racist or not.
We're not canceled yet.
Yeah, we're trying hard.
You've been good.
Still, every episode, some governors get it canceled.
Hey, we're talking about the Iranians. No one said anything bad.
Until that Oman remark.
Different country.
Great, let's get them pissed at us. Nigeria, we're sorry.
I'm not gonna bite.
Do you have any like dark stories
Dark stories like depressing.
or like scary or sad or depressing?
I mean, I guess if you want to talk about depressing,
We'll start with when I'm listed.
suicide is a major issue in the Navy. If you want to get, dark.
The USS Hornet proved that.
Yeah,
I didn't hear you.
The USS Hornet, I covered it a couple months ago, I guess.
The Hornet? I'm not sure about what happened there.
A lot of suicide.
Yeah, I think that's
Oh.
has the glorious record of most suicides for a naval ship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, huh. I don't know. No, I
Way
guess
to know your naval history there.
Nope.
Oh.
I forgot it all once I got out.
Wow.
I guess especially down in Virginia, there's a lot of sailors that die, whether it's suicide or getting killed from being wrong place, wrong time. I guess the closest to home story to me was the guy that I told you I gave my phone to, and I wouldn't let him give it back to me until I told him square root of pi. He went up to his hometown and he was real depressed, and he went into a police station and killed himself.
Jesus.
Christ.
Yeah, he was in Chicago for a specialized school
Mhm.
to go to another ship. And his last day at school, he posted on Facebook, he said, what did he say? He said, "Thanks for all the memories. I'm signing off now. Goodbye." And then he went up to his hometown, went to the police station to say, "Hey, I need help. I think I'm going to kill myself." No one was there, but he was able to get into the building, and he shot himself in the head in the building.
Jesus. You were not asking anyone else to say that question.
Why not? People need to hear like
Hey, tell me about your PTSD.
no, it's just that everybody's like, "Oh, thank you for your service," but sometimes they don't know what
Yeah,
goes.
the darker side of
Yeah.
what happens to people.
It's fun to hear about people, getting drunk and accidentally doing something stupid or times they got in trouble, but you want to hear all sides of it. I mean, people need to hear it.
Let's unlock some of those repressed memories you got.
We do that on the daily with us, so spin the bottle.
But no, I think that's probably the darkest. There's been a couple suicides and attempted suicides on my ship. I think while I was there for the 5 years, there was 4 successful. Well, I mean, not success. 4 people who actually went through with it. And I think about
Thing.
Mission complete.
3 or 4 people who completed, and then about 5 or so that didn't, and either got out or went to rehab therapy.
And that's across the 5 years you were there.
Yeah, it's not a
We want
not
that
100% accurate, but I know of a few people that have either tried or have at least had to go to therapy and had to leave the service early because of how bad their
we want 4 suicide attempts in a month.
Yeah. Most of those were I don't know if you heard about the Washington. This was last year. They had 3 suicides in 1 month.
Oh my!
And that was the ship that we worked hand in hand with while we're going through a process called RCOH. It's where we basically rebuild the ship. They take the reactors out and fix the reactors and put them back in. While that was going on, the Washington, they were at the end of their process, and so we worked really close with them, getting ready to go into that process ourselves. And a lot of people, I think it was one of them was an electrician that I had worked with once. 3 of them in 1 month were found dead in their barracks.
Stop asking people that.
I asked one question. I'm sorry. Okay, so do you have any stories that you want to share that's not depressing?
Not depressing.
That's all, folks.
Now that we just ruined your day.
The military is 80% depressive.
Yeah, yep. The only good stories are really
Drunk.
just drinking stories.
Yeah, because the good stories
it.
are the stories on bonding over the trauma that everyone goes through together.
Yep. That's really what it is
All it is.
yep, you get close because you bond over the same trauma.
Yeah, there's no actually good times, because the good times is just ruining your liver because you're
Yeah.
that fucked up.
You don't remember those
Or
ones.
you get close to people that don't even survive it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
sad.
No, that's getting close to people is one of the hardest things because if I was stationed out in Virginia and I have to come and I moved back here to Cincinnati. No one else is from Cincinnati. Everybody's from Texas, California, Florida. So it's really hard to keep in contact
Yeah.
regularly with a lot of people.
Yeah.
yeah, I can agree to that. I mean, there's no one I know that I talked to was from Pennsylvania. I think I know one person that's in New York, like upstate New York. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I think I was in tech school with someone from Pennsylvania, but we've lost touch years ago.
No, it's definitely good if you enjoy meeting new people and talking. I don't. I like to stay at home. But if you enjoy going out and talking, meeting new people, hearing everybody's stories, then the military in general, and I only know the Navy side, but
Well, the same for the Air Force. I think the same for every branch. I mean, you have people coming from every walks of life, every corner of the country,
yeah,
different backgrounds and whatnot. That's probably the cool thing, though, is everyone comes together from these different backgrounds, and
if they work well together,
yeah, it's a big if.
it's definitely hard to find a group of people that will work well together.
Yeah,
But aircraft carrier life though, it's pretty crazy because it's I don't know if you know the size of an aircraft carrier. It's not insanely huge. It's not Disney cruise ship huge, but it's
bigger
it's
than your average boat.
yeah, bigger than the average boat, and there's 5,000 up to 5,000 people on that boat. So every day you see a new face. So if that's the kind of thing you enjoy, then sounds like it could be fun for somebody who enjoys stuff like that.
Yeah, we'd be able to see it for that. Well, I can't do that.
I can't be at sea for like 2 hours.
No, you guys had
I
to
can't do a
talk
lake.
at the bar.
Yeah, fuck this. We're going to the bar.
Oh, that's it too. You're not allowed to drink while on the ship at all. You're not allowed to have alcohol.
I'm out.
Usually that they'll sometimes let someone like they'll hand out one beer per person, but that's usually if they have bad news, like the deployment's going to be extended. They'll give everybody one beer, and you'll get a well done steak and a lobster.
Wait,
well
well
done
done
steak.
steak.
That's going to Pavlov a lot of people.
That's a punishment.
Yeah.
Steak.
Oh, I mean, it was better than what the food normally is.
Well, they have to make it well done because they don't want to risk someone getting sick.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. But if you got steak and lobster for dinner one night, you knew that you were probably getting extended. Now, and then most deployments are 6 to 9 months. If you get that steak, that could push your deployment into 10 months to a year long.
Wouldn't the whole I just don't know. Would the whole ship just be deployed, like everyone all at once?
I mean, yeah, unless you have some sort of medical issue or something going on where you can't go on deployment at all. But if that happens, then you get taken off of that ship and you get taken to another command.
So you just get put on another ship?
No. Say like a real common thing is women getting pregnant right before deployment. If they're pregnant, they can't go on deployment. So what they'll do is they'll send them to a shore command where there'll be a receptionist for the 9 months. And then once they have the baby, they'll go on their maternity leave, and then they'll come back and they'll get put at needs of the Navy. At least for us, needs of the Navy, where you'll go to the first ship that needs you at the same base, whether it's the same ship or a different ship. It really just depends.
The one who needs the semen.
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to be surrounded by a good amount of seamen. Hardworking, efficient seamen for one goal.
Yeah. They're not good swimmers though.
Ah, well,
Imagine that.
it's probably the radiation.
It's crazy. You think being in the Navy, you learn how to swim a lot, but you have to. My entire time in the Navy, I was in a pool once. That was in boot camp. One day, they taught us how to jump off a diving board right, and then how to float with our clothes, and then that was about it. And got out, and you were done.
Well, don't worry. I was in the Air Force. I never went into the air, so outside of flying commercial airlines to come home or to San Antonio.
What a crock of shit.
I did once jump out of an airplane though. It was
You
on.
were in the air.
No, it was on the ground. It wasn't moving. Its tail was just down, and I just went hop. My instructor was like, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, "I want to tell people back home I jumped out of an airplane and look like a hero." He's like, "You're a fucking idiot." I'm like, "Yep."
And look at us now.
Because I had y'all for a second.
I guess if you want to say a cool story, I think the coolest story I have is the day that I got onto the ship. I flew on. I don't know the actual name. They just always told us it was called a cod. It's where they deliver the mail onto the ship. So I rode on with mail.
I thought that was a fish.
They flew us out of Singapore, out of their Air Force base, and we landed on the aircraft carrier and got to, I got to feel the pull of the cables and the catapult and everything, an actual aircraft carrier flight op. But
That's a way to have an entrance.
yeah, and it was about a 2-hour plane ride, and I fell asleep. When I woke up to landing on the aircraft carrier and people yelling, "Go, go, go, get out!" They just throw a bag in my arms, and I'm just feel like I just got to walk off the side of the ship to get there. I didn't know. All I seen was water, and a big old ship.
Where do I go now?
Yeah. But
what was it like getting out though? Like, what was that transition like? Because I know a lot of people, it's different to them.
What do you mean the transition from
Civilization?
Yeah, coming out of the military and like transition to like civilian life.
Oh, from military to civilian? I mean, for me, it was decently easy because of my ship being dry docked. Meaning no deployments or anything. I wasn't even working on the ship for most of my time at that point. Once we got dry docked, I was working at a separate facility, still rewinding motors. And I was just working the typical. It was 7 to 1, 7 to 2 o'clock, and I go home every day. So to me, it was a little bit easier. But I guess the hardest thing is learning how to talk to people again.
Can't be using those F-bombs every sentence.
Exactly. It was real hard in my interview for Siemens. It was really hard not to. I had to think about what I was saying every single time I spoke.
Don't say fuck. Don't say fuck.
Yeah, don't. Yep.
Fuck.
I just got lucky that in my interview 2 people were former military, so I did slip up and I said this one fucking time, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm still active duty. I'm still learning.
I'm trying to become a real person finally.
I'm trying to work clean.
But one guy was former Army and one guy was a Navy electrician, so they both understood completely.
I mean, it looks like you transitioned pretty good. You adapt
so far. It feels like it
with the beard and
the beard and the McDonald's.
Yeah, the love belly.
Yep.
We won't keep you too much longer. You got plans later.
You got that free Texas Roadhouse.
I get a free Texas Roadhouse.
The rolls are free.
That's why I chose there. I wanted the rolls.
Good. That's a good choice.
Yeah, can't compete with that.
Rolls and margaritas. That's why I go there.
Is there anything you miss about the Navy?
Just the people that I got close with mostly.
Sounds about right.
Because I went from working with people around my age that understood everything. Now I'm working with the youngest guy is older than my mom.
Cool.
So it's a real transition from working with younger people that have the same kind of general story as me and the same build up to where they are now, and then going and working with a lot of 50 and 60-year-old men at the end of their career. They're all super nice guys. It's just they've always lived a different life, so it's hard to rebuild any sort of bond. And because in the military you feel more like family than friends because of the shared trauma. But going to a typical job, there isn't that shared trauma to bond over unless somebody else was in the military and you bond over that.
So, how many suicides do you guys know of?
Yeah, keep it old people you work with. Everybody lives a full life.
If you looking at me for a joke, I ain't got one for that.
Oh,
Well, unless you guys have any more, I got one final one. This is to prove a point. What do you feel when people are like, "Thank you for your service"?
If someone walking down the street says it to me, I kind of nod, and it's usually Bree that'll say, "Oh, thank you," because I kind of ignore them because it doesn't feel right to me most of the time. Well, all the time. I don't feel like I deserve the thanks compared to somebody who was in, say, World War II, who's actually been through the shit trying to protect freedom. All I did was, I took naps at work because there were never any motors to rewind.
Yeah, I feel I should know what you did before I thank you.
Yeah, let's get some stories here.
You just kind of hung around.
Makes me think of that one Bill Burr joke where it's like, "Have you seen action? Have you seen the front lines?"
well, people don't want to assume either. I mean, just because you,
We're a bunch of shitheads.
well, not everybody sees action, but some people know trauma. Some people get close to people, and like he said, things happen.
Yeah, I don't need to flip a PTSD switch.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think the closest I got to action was almost getting arrested in Singapore.
All right, so here's a story you got to share before you go.
Did you have drugs?
It's not a crazy story or anything, but basically when we got to the airport, it was when we got to the airport, it was the person checking us in. It was like their first day or something. So we just showed them our military IDs and they said, "Go on through." And we get on a some sort of tour bus to go to the Air Force base. And we just show up and say, "Hi, we're here to get on a plane and leave." And they have no documentation of us in the country.
Oh,
So they bring about 10 people around. We were like a group of 14 people trying to get on the ship the same day. They brought about 10 of their army patrolmen or whatever they are with their I think they were M16s or something, and they just lined up around us because we were in their country illegally. And we were stuck in their little holding room right next to their army jail cell for a good 4 hours waiting to get approved, and them trying to figure out why are we in their country right now with no documentation.
In Singapore, I don't give a fuck.
some illegal immigration going on here.
Yeah, we were. So I guess I can also say, I was an illegal immigrant. I'm a veteran and an illegal immigrant.
Fight the power.
you've succeeded in more things than most common folk.
Sure feels like it.
All right, well, you guys don't have any more comments here.
None that would be appropriate.
Okay, fair enough.
No, enjoy your roles.
Yeah, enjoy your roles. Thank you for coming on.
All right, well, thank you for having me.
Yep.
Thank you for your service.
Have a nice night.
All right, we'll talk to
All
you
right,
later.
you guys too.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, now with us is someone I was in basic training with who has an interesting story of people going AWOL and some other things we'll ask him. Gage Frank from Montana.
Maybe.
As long as his internet doesn't shut out. There we go.
It is Montana.
It's all right. That's what the editing process is for. It's working. It's just on a delay. That's all.
Oh, baby.
It's all right. We'll work through it. But yeah, I'm told you have this story of people going AWOL, and I'm quite curious. That's a good way to celebrate Veterans Day. Let's talk about AWOL people.
All right. Well, get graduated out of Airman leadership school. And he was by women and I worked maybe a month before he got back to Georgia. Shit, came in here for about a week or so. Wanted in school, which is Texas, where you get certification in the thing and help outside role. Want to leave and route. Good. So you just let do that. All right. And want easy stuff. And so we he did weeks of leave in his home, and he was going to report there to go to Stevens inspector. Well, he was supposed to fly out on Saturday, and it was a long weekend. And so he had plenty of time to get there and everything. And one of the other guys that we had sent down there to go with him called me Tuesday morning saying, "Hey, do you know where he's at? Because he's not in the classroom and they just did roll call." I said, "No, I had no idea where he was at." And so I immediately hung up, gave him a phone call, and it rang and it rang and it rang. Got sent to voicemail. So I called him back and his phone got turned off.
Oh shit.
And so it, and shot message on Facebook within it snap it went total ghost mode. And so
Oh shit!
I walked out of my shop to oh, yeah, yeah, but he deleted all this stuff and everything. My shop said maybe he flew into the wrong airport, which I just keep trying to get a hold of him, and then we'll just wait and see what happens. And so try to get a hold of him for almost 36 hours. And then I finally was able to figure out his like personal email, and I shot him a personal email saying, "Hey, you need to get a hold of me immediately. We're trying to figure out, what the hell is going on." And then, and my phone happened to vibrate, so I looked down at it, saw it was him. So I stopped my op and I opened it up, and it said, and I quote, "Hey, sir, hate to do this to you, but I just can't do this anymore. I'm not coming back."
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
And I needed
So
went up to send it up to my shop she went to the flight super, immediately died. And that began a whole fucking shit. From there. So I told him what happened on with phone onto the computer, which was tripping. I know you
Today you learned.
can. So I called like the sanitizer probably in uh, and then like a week and a half, and then they can okay, this is never get a call.
It's an investigation.
So she I called this Dan, and his dad said that's time to like go with your eight or something like
Oh my god, this took a twist.
kidnapped her.
So the Glock.
Apparently,
Oh shit.
Start a new life.
he's supposed to. He just showed up. His dad didn't back him
My name's EF.
up. So he tried and had him the kid was off because I would ask sorts of questions, and then he's like, "Yeah, okay," hung up.
How was it?
They called back and it went up. I'll call back again and it up. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little choppy and a little laggy a little bit. That's all. It's the internet connection. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. So yeah, his dad ended up turning his phone off, and we couldn't get a hold of him for a while there. And then it was like another week or so. There was no communications with any of his family or with the individual, and so they were like, "Okay, just go back and just let us know if you like hear from." And so I was like, "Okay," and went back. Hours drive please constantly you're worrying them.
Just like trying to find your airman. Hey, stop contacting us.
So I'm go back up to her office.
It just kicked him out. Great Montana. Oh my god, this is such an intriguing story. It's pissing me off because we're not coming through clear.
I really hope. Can he just hop back on?
Yeah, he hit like 3 times already
Yeah.
before we started.
Okay.
Yeah, you act like we were paying attention.
Oh my god, this is such like an intriguing story though. Let me just mention me kicked me. I'll rejoin. LOL.
God damn it, Montana. Why no one wants to live there? The Wi-Fi is terrible.
When we stop.
gonna stop advocating for Montana to get better internet.
When we stop the recording, can we immediately replay it to see if we can hear him?
Once it processes once it downloads onto like our files here, yeah. Oh my god, this
You
is.
thought your editing process when we fucked up is bad? You're about to get a whole new headache.
down. You're good. Just rejoin. It's still recording. Oh my god, this is
I knew. I know.
this is a story just of twists and whatnot. I just left with Dad is like, stop contacting us. We know he has an obligation that he signed on a piece of
We
paper.
break this into two
But
parts. 'Cause, like, this is a good
snitches get
job.
stitches, and we're not turning our son in. We will all be accessories.
Like, I'm going to find out that Dad just lied and said, yeah, he was here the whole time.
If you're withholding somebody who's AWOL, can you get arrested?
Yes.
That's accessory.
Yeah. Same thing with like harboring a fugitive.
So accessory to any kind of crime is just across the board.
Yeah, it's usually a crime in itself. Yeah.
So if you started selling drugs and I knew about it, but I didn't sell them, am I an accessory?
Yes.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do school. Stay on drugs.
Karen!
God damn it, Martha.
That's $72,000 worth of cocaine, Cameron!
Is he trying to get back on? Oh, this part is
Yeah.
really fun to edit.
We'll leave this part in. Whatever. What? We're having fun.
Like, it's broken into two parts. It was a good
Yeah.
cut-off point.
With Lizzie in the background just slurping on
Okay, then we'll cut that part out.
it.
That'll be the lead-in to the part two.
I just got slapped in the face by a silly straw. Oh my god.
Why you don't hang out with stoners?
Yeah. Can you stir the chili, please? And don't burn yourself. Thank you.
Damn fucking Montana internet.
I got two on a burn.
Hmm.
I got two on a burn.
You got 2 on him being burnt?
Yeah.
Like 2 ones? Because I might raise you. It's like poker in here.
Actually, I do actually have ones on me too.
I have, let's see here.
myself at work.
I have,
We work in a 400-degree toxic oven.
I can add 35 cents to this.
I was from the steamer.
And how about I throw in, let's see here.
We're throwing down cards. You can have my Capital One with the payment.
How much is the payment? How much is left on it?
Ooh, like $350.
Okay, where's my card with $1,000 on it?
Okay,
That's me paid
fuck.
off on it. Let's see.
Cool. That's the one.
Oh, I was looking for one of these. You can have a card for a winery. It's not a gift card, it's just information for them.
No, thank you. I don't do one. Makes me cry too much.
See?
What?
How about a fun card for a Country Junction, which
Hmm.
might have some sort of money on it?
Stuff on it. The top was bubbling, so I stirred it and it stopped bubbling.
Okay,
You
we'll
did the
just
Lord's work.
turn it completely off now, since it should be hot enough.
I just want a conclusion to the story.
Oh.
Let me ask what's going on here. Is it letting you rejoin? This is fantastic.
We need to finish the story.
I'm
I'm
drawn
left
into
in
it.
suspense. This is better than what's. Oh my god.
Party foul. Party foul.
Oh my god.
She didn't even say she loves anybody yet.
She's almost there.
See, swirly straw. Fuck you up.
That's how they get you.
Swirly straw doesn't know how to fucking sting or anything.
Pineapple.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah.
Stay.
We probably should have another podcast where people are drinking.
Falls over.
Well, good thing you're editing this part out.
Yeah, I have to more and more now. Go. Okay, we're back. We're back. He's back.
Holy shit, that was a nightmare.
I could only imagine.
Babe.
We're
Sorry.
sitting here talking so. We're sitting here talking so recording. We're like, fuck, we're in suspense now. Like, this is like an intriguing story.
All right, so I had to switch to hotspot, so I don't know if it'd be better or not. So we'll find out.
You sound a little better right now.
So far, so good.
Okay, so let's see here. Yeah. Okay, so back to the story. So supervisor texted me saying that he's gonna take another guy up and they're gonna go pick him up with OSI. And so OSI rolls on up and with the supervisor and the other guy. And believe it or not, you cannot use your GTC to go pick up somebody who went AWOL. So they had to pay for it out of their own pocket, which is bullshit if you ask me.
True.
But so they picked him up. They walked into the diner where they had tracked him down to, and they told the guys to go up to him. We're like, hey, they said, say his name, get him turned around, verify it's him, and then we'll take care of it from there. So they walked up and they're like, hey, so and so, and he turned around, and the guy's just like, yep, you found me. And so Ozai arrested him. They drove him back down to Georgia, and freaking on the way there, they weren't allowed to talk to him or anything like that. They allowed a couple visitors to come in, and I asked to see if I could go talk to him. And they're like, yeah, you can, like 5 minutes is all we can really give you because he's about to get processed and go downtown to the prison there. I was like, okay. And so freaking go in to talk to him, and he's just apologetic and everything. I'm just like, look, dude, like, if you had something going on, you should have just fucking told me instead of doing this because you just completely fucked the rest of your life. He goes, but not really, though. I'm like, I was
Yeah,
like,
I'm process go to jail. Now my life's good.
yeah. I was just like, dude, I get it. You're 19, but you do understand that you're getting a dishonorable, and well, chances are you're getting a dishonorable, and you won't be able to have a good job for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
And he goes, yeah, but I did it for a reason.
I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, it gets good. And I was
If you
like,
if you tell me that he was doing this to score some puss, I'm gonna lose my shit.
oh no, it's even worse than that.
Oh my god!
Oh, it
Yes.
gets worse. We got it. It gets worse.
So I ask him, okay, well, what's your reason? He looks me dead in the eyes and goes, because I thought it would help my rap career.
Yes. Yes.
It did get worse.
For the SoundCloud. Let's go.
Yep, he's on SoundCloud, and it did not help his rap career. He's actually, I'm pretty sure he's either in jail or dead, one of the two. He's not the brightest kid.
Oh my god. Okay, Liz, you just missed it. This dude was AWOL. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think he'll go AWOL? What's a good reason? Because my theory was you trying to score some vagina.
You probably take a shit like a mom.
No, he went AWOL because he thought it would help his rap career.
Four.
Was he from?
That's a valid question.
That is valid. No, he's from Maryland.
I really hope his rap name is AWOL.
Maryland
No,
checks out.
It's like I want to say it's like the White Shady or something like that. I can't remember exactly what his name is.
Oh, he's a ripoff too. Good.
Yeah.
White.
White Shady. Oh my
Shady
god.
is white.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that's
He's the
one
wish.
of my that's probably my best AWOL story. I do have another one if you want that one.
I was gonna say,
Or
now that you're really clear this time, we'd have to hear the second one because, like, if you're saying this is my best AWOL story, I just get curious what else just happened.
So I have another AWOL. The other one, he was AWOL for almost a month, so he got hit with everything and in jail, all that fun stuff, but he got released. This one, he was only AWOL for about 10 hours, but he was shortly out of the military for that after that. So got put in my new shop and everything after I PCS'd. And this kid requested that I became his new supervisor because he heard that I was laid back and that he thought he could relate or something with me or something. I don't know. He's a fucking idiot. But
Oh fuck.
so I sit him down and get his whole backstory and everything. Like he's going through stuff. He's got some back issues that are going on. But he's also pursuing a career to be a tattoo artist when he gets out.
Yes.
No, this is a different kid.
It was around the same time.
He tattooed the teardrop.
You should have tattooed homeless is what he should have done. But no, so so he gets put on his full profile, so he can't do anything for PT testing, can't lift over 10 pounds, can't sit or stand for longer than an hour at a time. So basically completely useless. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
And so we stick him at the gate. We're just like, hey, we need you to do gates because you can't do anything in the shop, but you can sit in a chair and walk around when you need to and look at the ID badges and let people into the bomb dump. And he's like, okay. And this is just where it gets worse. Long story short,
It gets worse.
I've had staff on since 2018, and I didn't have to write paperwork until I met this kid. I gave him 14 pieces of paperwork in a month.
That's a record, I think. That's the most I ever knew.
It was horrible. It literally just got to the point where I just changed the date and what happened, and then just hit fucking print and just walk up to him and be like, sign it, and just fucking walk away. It just got so bad. But he kept being late. And then the one thing, like, it's not even that hard. You show up at 6, and then you're on gate, and you leave at 4. It's easy. But freaking, oh God. So he calls me one morning. I'm on my way into work. He's like, it was like 6:15, and he goes, hey, I'm going to be late to gate. I just woke up. I'm like, you know you're going to get paperwork when you come in because you're late again. Like, I've been instructed to keep a paper trail, so you're just going to keep adding to it. But get up, get ready, and get your ass into work as fast as you can. He goes, okay. I hang up, and then I'm manning the gate for him. And then I see one of my airmen walk through. I'm like, hey, I need you to do this so I can go up to the shop and do my administrative shit that I need to do every morning. And it's like, fuck, maybe 8 o'clock. I thought the kid had shown up on the gate. And the kid that I pulled in to cover for me calls me. He goes, is he ever going to come in? I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? And I log in. I get on my phone. I have a text from the kid. And it's one of those, like, you know, red flag texts, like, oh shit, this kid's not in a good place. He might hurt himself type things.
Oh shit.
And so I immediately run down to my acting section chief at the time. I was like, hey, like, I just got this message. He's still not on gate. We need to go check on him. So we hopped in his car and we hauled ass to his house, which is like 35 minutes away from the base. It's fucking ridiculous. And we're beating on his door. And his car's there. His wife's car's gone. And I'm just like, okay, so obviously he's here. So we kept beating, looking through the windows and everything. Finally, we hear the doorknob twist and unlock, and then the door cracks, and then nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I knock, I'm just like, I'm coming in, and I push the door open. The motherfucker is sitting on the couch with his 2 cats and 2 dogs on his lap. And I look at him, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, you can't send me that message and then just not show up and not answer your phone calls or answer the door. What's going on? He goes, I just didn't feel like coming into work today, so I went back to bed.
Vibes.
I was like, you gotta be shitting me. I was like, get your shit together, get shaved, and get into work. I'm not gonna sit here and babysit you. And so we rolled back. Motherfucker didn't show up till like 2 p.m. Immediately had to go to our chief. Our chief marked him as AWOL and all this fun shit, gave him paperwork for that. And a couple weeks later, he was booted out of the military because of all that shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I've had some interesting troops, that's for sure.
For needing a personal day?
I want to play with my cat, sir. I don't want to do military.
Yeah, pretty much. It was a bullshit excuse. Not as good as the first one, but it was a doozy. It was a fun
No, I
time.
get this guy.
I was accidentally AWOL once. There
How
was
do you-
like there's a clerk. So I'm driving. So I was in Louisiana. That's our station. I'm driving back up to Pennsylvania, and I'm about to cross the Georgia South Carolina border, and I stopped at a gas station. I get a text, "Hey, where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm on my leave. I'm driving up home at a gas station." And he's like, "You're AWOL right now." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, no, I literally took a screenshot of my leave paperwork, sent it to him, and he's like, "No one got this." And then I'm like, he's like, "You gotta come back." I'm like, "Sir, I'm like 8 hours away right now into like a 20-hour drive." Like, and then
at 0600.
and then 2 minutes later, he's like, "Oh, I talked to the wrong person. You're good. You're not AWOL." I'm like, "You fucking kidding me?"
You're hurt for that.
I was so fucking annoyed.
Oh, that would suck. That's
Need
good.
a little.
I was just no, because at this point I knew I was already getting old. So I think my medical paperwork was already started. So I was like, I'm going.
Yeah, fuck you guys. I'm out.
Yes, I know I did the right stuff.
This isn't an ass. This is a tell.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh my god. Well, there just came a point in my career where I just the fucks were just being lowered and lowered.
Oh,
Do you have any other stories you want to tell? Any fun stories?
Yeah.
you
Not depressed.
I don't know. Last guy we had on here, you were like, "Hey, did anything traumatize you?"
Your PTSD. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I could imagine. Well, we were talking the last guy. I had my brother-in-law on here before. We are talking of how like it's interesting because like everyone has like a lot of shit stories, and then most of the good stories is always just drinking and bonding over the shit stories.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Yeah, honestly.
But do you have any like dark stories?
Yeah, as she said before, do you have any dark stories?
I'm thinking.
I'm a civilian. I don't know.
What keeps you up?
I know what keeps Anthony up at night. I hear him. I don't have to have a trauma. I married it.
Secondhand trauma.
Yeah.
I'm trauma through marriage.
I got
Probably-
50% of the trauma.
I don't know. Probably the worst one that I can think of is watching a dude get hit by a mortar. That's about it.
Oh yeah, that's I say that's up there.
Yeah, it didn't end well.
No.
No,
So,
he was there one day, and then one day he wasn't.
so were you deployed like anywhere?
Yeah, we were deployed, and it was during this whole like bullshit thing, and they're always like trying to storm the base and stuff like that, and they were trying to poke some mortars over, and one got
Where?
through. And what?
To where, if I can ask?
Turkey.
Jesus
Good.
Christ.
I didn't
I-
expect Turkey.
I highly recommend never going to Turkey because it's just a shit show. I was on night shift the entire time I was there, and their defac there is horrible. Like I got a tuna wrap, a tuna fish wrap. That's my biggest pet peeve about Turkey was the fucking defac. Their tuna fish wrap. I swear to God. Like I put it in the fridge when I got to work at lunchtime. I went to pull it out and everything. I took a bite into it, swallowed and everything. Looked down, take another bite, and there's fucking worms crawling out of it.
Oh,
Jesus.
my god. At least you know they're use fertilizer.
Yeah, extra protein, right?
No artificial chemicals.
Yeah,
Came from where'd the worm come from?
Oh no.
it was grody. But no, they like burned off their fields and stuff, and they shaved all their goats and stuff, and like the hair that they didn't use, they put it right next to the fences and burnt it, so you just smelled like burning hair and shit all the time. It was horrible.
Oh my god,
Oh Jesus Christ, that gave me PTSD.
that's worse than those burning pit fields in Iraq.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
If we're gonna burn a field, at least let it be a good one.
Looks like I'm never promoting this podcast in Turkey again.
ooh. People in Turkey. We're not sorry. Apparently, you're bad.
Yeah, I learn how to cook. Come on now, you're named after a food.
Yeah, but it was like the nationals who cooked too. They wouldn't allow like the service members to cook the food. It had to be the nationals. It was so weird.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a healthcare of our entire operations. Let's just let it to someone else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Someone's to
Right.
take it all out. Just let's give them food poisoning.
Yeah.
You know what they need? Salmonella.
Yeah, there you go.
So you get PTSD Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I can't eat
Oh.
tuna anymore. I can tell you that.
Food is ruined.
He's like, I'll take the ham, please. No turkey.
oh no.
Oh my god, that's great.
That's awesome. Isn't it?
What traumatized you? A sandwich in a foreign country?
Pretty much.
Make
yeah.
you excellent again.
I don't know if I have
Oh.
anything else that's really traumatizing other than just bullshit people.
Yeah, it's like most of it's just dealing with bullshit. Just fucking people make no sense.
Yeah. I had to help one of my buddies deal with somebody who forged federal documents, so she got kicked out for that, so that was fun too.
Oh, that fair. I wasn't expecting.
Like I said, that's probably that's an interesting one.
Yeah. I didn't know that you couldn't, like, she called in, she's just like, so Sturgis is a huge thing up here. And a lot of dipshit people take the week off to go work, like the Tipsy Transit buses and stuff like that up there.
Yeah.
Or like the pole dancing buses. Mm-hmm.
I love this country.
Which that
Plus America.
yeah. So he forgot that she didn't call. And so we were trying to track her down. And she was refusing to give us the address. And then 45 minutes later, about the time it takes to get back to base, she told us where she was. And then she changed her story to, oh, no, well, I had to take my cat in to go get its vaccinations for like rabies and shit like that. Which, I don't know if you guys know, but rabies is a federal document. And
Sure.
Oh,
Sure the fuck is. I
Yep.
had documents for getting my rabies shots.
yeah. And so she fucking, we were like, okay, well, we need you to show us it, or else you're going to get in a lot of fucking trouble and be marked as AWOL. And so she's like, okay, fine, I'll get it to you. And then a couple hours later, she comes into work and everything, and it's on the computer. And then she walks over and hands us, obviously, a fucking document that, like, the fonts and everything were different on the dates and stuff like that, and the timestamps. Like, it's obviously forged. And we're just like, are you sure? And she's like, yes. And so my buddy, he gets on his computer and finds the vet and everything, calls, and they're like, yeah, she never here during that day. I want to press charges if she put my name on a document and gave it to you.
That escalated.
And
Goddamn.
so we tried talking to her. She was swearing up and down, all that. And so my bride ass decided, you know what? I'm going to Google this vet and like Google his name and rabies vaccination record. I'm not even kidding you. It's like the second fucking Google image on there. Was that paper? And so I was just like, there's no fucking way. And so I looked, and then I got onto our local T drive and went into her folder in the T drive. And I shit you not, there was a saved copy of it, and then there was one that said edited.
Oh my god.
And so I was just like, dude, you gotta come here. I showed it to him, and needless to say, I don't know if the vet ever followed through and pressed the charges like he said he was going to, but she was out very rapidly after that one too.
Oh, goodness.
That's
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
that is amazing.
Like, if you're going to do something, at least go at least 3 pages in.
Yeah, I've never had anyone that was like kicked out for anything like that.
It's
Actually,
the
no.
Air Force. Are
we-
you surprised?
Well, we did have one person kicked out for murder.
That,
Yeah.
What?
that
So
was
No,
it was
we're just supposed to skim
No.
over that.
no, it was actually pretty sad. So it was a
Probably.
Pretty sad, yet you're laughing.
listen.
trauma.
Again, we drink over trauma. Okay, we're fucking desensitized to this shit.
Yeah.
So it was a deployment to. I was on this deployment, but I knew the guy who got murdered. He just got there.
You're making it worse.
He was another mechanic with us. He was in the flight line. What he wanted to do was like become a mechanic, learn how to do it, and then become an officer. So he was here for maybe like a month or two and deployed to Guam, and then like
no! This is the Guam store. You knew him?
Oh God damn it, both of you.
the one that got stabbed.
Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
story.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
That's crazy.
yeah. He was at my base for like a couple of months, and because at that point I was training our flight line how to do some other testings, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to do this. So like I know more about this plane before I go become an officer." What I'm like, "Okay, cool. When you come back from Guam, I'll hook you up with some resources. I'll help you out. I got you." Because at that point I knew what I was pretty knowledgeable, and yeah, that happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the dude fucking, I guess one roommate heard him like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy." You think he would have went and told somebody, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Why would
Right? You think you would
Yeah.
tell someone?
Yeah, and then like stabbed him like multiple times in his bathroom or something,
Fucking hell,
Yeah.
we jumped levels.
and then tried saying it was like a local individual, like a person local in Guam, like someone who lived there that did it. No, it's kind of hard to say that when you're in the dorm room.
Yeah. No shit. Right.
There's a lot of security I get there just to get on base, and then
Damn. That's crazy. I didn't know you knew him.
yeah, he was a pretty good guy.
Damn.
Jesus.
Well, that's a
He was pretty young. He was like 19 or something, I think, 19 or 20.
Literally the only thing I contribute to this, I have a Navy tattoo. Big deal. Are you trying to think of a tattoo?
No, I know you have. I'm trying to think of other like brands. I remember one time
trying to think of other dead dudes.
there was a lot of dead dudes in this one.
You want to dig some summer fresh memories from the attic?
There was one time we're going into a brief and we just sent our planes over to turn ISIS into craters, and they're just showing like a highlight reel of like footage of like B-52 just dropping bombs on ISIS,
I don't know what we are the champions.
and then there was a song played later afterwards. Yeah, it was Toby Keith actually was played afterwards,
How do you like me now?
and the commander no, it was Courage Red, White, and Blue.
Oh,
And the the song stopped, and the commander comes up. We killed this many people, took care of this many ammunition dumps, all this other stuff. I'm like, my freedom boner, just max height.
No, I do this
Terrible.
thing of
I'm into a red solo cut real quick. I don't know what's happening.
oh, I watched one where fucking they had like this dude like pinned down in like this dried river bottom,
Mhm.
and they had a bunch of our guys in an MRAP, and they were driving through the river bottom, and like they would stop, and you see the guy start shooting at the MRAP, and then one guy would pop out of the top, throw a grenade, and go back in. And then they just keep driving. They kept driving back and forth. And finally, they just got to the point where they just like got out, looked where he was, and then just fucking drove right over the top of the dude. It was fucked up. They couldn't get him with some grenades or anything, so they just took the MRAP right over him.
Got the job done.
I remember my one friend, while I was stationed with him, he got attached to, I don't know, like an army unit or something. I forget exactly where. and he was saying that like he was in a convoy and a garbage truck came out and tried to detonate, but it failed. So everyone just unloaded with the 50 cal guns on top of the Humvees and everything. They just fucking
A little bit over
Everyone-
probably.
everyone aimed for the cabin of the truck where he sat. Because there's not that's a less likely chance there's gonna be a bomb in there.
Yeah.
They just fucking unloaded on him.
That's
Jesus.
insane.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Fun fact, don't fuck with America.
Yeah.
No, we
Right.
thought
We will find ways to murder you.
Yeah. No kidding.
We are proficient at unaliving people.
Well.
In the life.
Oh, well. I don't think I got anything else.
Well,
But-
we appreciate you coming on.
Oh yeah. Thanks for having me, dude. I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, you too. And I asked the other guy before we get off. What's your thoughts on being told happy Veterans Day from people?
And ask
Or thank you for your service. That's what I mean. Thank you for your service.
Hmm.
What does that make you feel? Or what I mean?
I mean, it's nice sometimes to see, like, I like it when the kids come up and say it because something clicks in their head that, like, hey, these people are out there, like, defending us and everything.
I'll give him
And-
that one.
But at the same time, like, when, like, other people do it, like, it just, I don't know, it just grinds me weird. It's like, it's just another job. Like, I just, pretty much right now, I'm just sitting behind a fucking desk not doing anything. But you're welcome. Cool.
See, I have a growing theory that like the older generations, they appreciate it because they had no choice. They got drafted to go fight fucking Nazis and communists and jungles. Where us, we're like, this is like,
If
You don't-
fell up, it's different.
don't say that, okay? I just it worked. I worked and got drunk for a few years.
Yeah, that's the truth.
You have no idea how many poor choices your tax dollars fed into me doing.
Yeah. Like freaking thank you for your service. Oh yeah, but at night shift when we were deployed, we were playing fucking jump rope with a fucking logging chain. Like, you're welcome. We had nothing to do. Let's play jump
I
rope
had
with a
like
logging.
countless days where we had a pool table and we just played pool almost every single day.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel
That's
you.
insane. But yeah, we appreciate you coming on. We'll let you get out of here.
I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night.
Hey, you just fine.
Bye.
That will conclude today's episode. We thank our guests for joining us today, and we thank all those who have served. We hope you have a great and special Veterans Day, or that you had by the time this episode comes out. We have another special episode coming up as we explore a series of missing people in our local area. Now, if that's not our next episode, as we have a lot of research to do, we'll be back to our regular scheduled programming. Now, go out there and send it in the best ways possible this week. Thank you again for listening.